Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and go beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co-host Raina. Let's get her treats ready so she'll stay exactly where she is. And today, what I'm going to do is I am going to unleash this baby here, this bad boy. We're going to open this up and we're going to see what kind of books I got this month from Book of the Month. I chose, if you remember, I think I talked about it the other day, one from the monthly picks and then one from what they call like the member pick areas where you can choose another book, I think even up to 5 books, as an add-on, and it's free shipping and they're $11. So that was a pretty good deal. And now we've got 2 to open. So let me turn you around with the camera here, and we can take a look at the choices together. All right, so here we go. First of all, we have The Road of Bones. That is a debut book. It's also a fantasy book. The author is Demi Winters, and it says, grab your cape and hop on the Viking mercenary wagon. We're hitting the creature-infested, killer-filled road of bones. Yikes. Now, just ignore this where it says already picked. Here's a spoiler. I did not choose that one as Book of the Month, but none of you would have probably thought that anyway. So the next one is Dirty Diana. That's literary fiction, and it is a debut as well. Jen Besser and Shanna Feste, looks like, is the authors. And it says an intimate, provocative look at desire, art, and unfulfilled fantasy through the lens of one woman's waning marriage. Wow. Okay. Next, we have a memoir. It's called Dinner for Vampires. It is a debut author as well, Bethany Joy Lenz. And it says you won't be the same after this candid behind-the-scenes look at the One Tree Hill star's experience surviving a cult. That seems somewhat interesting, perhaps. Next is a romance. P.S. I Hate You is by Lauren Connolly. It's an early release, and it says to honor late brother's wishes, a woman must road trip with a former flame turned sworn enemy. Cue all the feelings. And then lastly, we have another fantasy. Wow. Okay. The Teller of Small Fortunes, also a debut author. Her name is Julie Leong. And it says, in this magical story, a group of lovable misfits looks for their place in the world and discover it with each other. All right. Let me turn you back, and we're going to open the box and do the big reveal. So here it is. I've already split it open. We'll see what we have. First of all, we have one of these little green books. I got one of these once before. I don't know if it's going to be part of the same story or something new. It's called The Turkey Rumble by Kate Folk. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can do something with that. Anything else in here? Oh, we have the bookmark, of course. Dun, dun, dun. What does it say? It says, I'll just wait here. And then they always say Book of the Month on the other side. All right, so here we go. What did I get? Will it be one of the fantasies? There were 2 of those. Will it be the romance, the memoir, or the literary fiction? Dun, dun, dun. It's the romance. I'll bet you didn't guess that. Now, let me tell you why I chose this. I wanted a read that was kind of like lighter side, for one thing, because some of my reading as of late, even though I've enjoyed it very much, has been a little heavy. And this month, I have the Nickel Boys and, Home Before Morning's kind of intense in some places as well. So I thought this was a nice light side kind of thing. It seemed like it was kind of funny. This was the one where the woman has to road trip with her ex, and yeah. So I don't know. I just thought that it might be interesting. I like the cover; looked kind of interesting. So I think I'm actually going to read this next. I'll probably start it tonight. So now, what about the other book? Would you want to see the choices on that? I'll flip you around and I'll show you those. Now, it won't be the same. They don't have the little synopsis right there, but you can at least take a look at the titles. And maybe something will jump out at you as looking like a Renee book. Let's see. Okay, so there are a couple of different sections here that you can choose from. And I took a look in this section. So we have right here another romance. That's an early release as well. Sophie Cosen's This Time Next Year. All Were Promised. That's a debut historical fiction. Shark Heart, which is kind of a cool looking cover. It says A Love Story by Emily. I cannot see that. I think it's Hobeck. And that was a Book of the Year finalist, it says. Literary fiction, Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. That's a debut, and it's historical fiction. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow, which is a young adult. And that is also a debut author. It's kind of neat. I think I skipped a row here. Yeah. How to End a Love Story, another romance. Ink Blood Sister Scribe. That looks kind of interesting. That's a fantasy. That's a debut. Here's another debut author, The Stone Witch of Florence, historical fantasy. A Flicker in the Dark, which is a thriller, also a Book of the Year finalist. Honey, which that had come up for me as a monthly choice a few months ago, I remember. Debut, contemporary fiction. And let's see, 1,000 Times Before, another historical fiction book debut. Ariadne, that's a fantasy, and it's a debut. Don't know how to pronounce it, obviously. The Wishing Game, Book of the Month, or I'm sorry, Book of the Year finalist. Contemporary fiction, Collected Regrets of Clover, and that's contemporary fiction, a debut. The Days I Loved You Most, also contemporary fiction, also a debut. Wow. Okay, so we got Road of Bones shows up again. Dinner for Vampires shows up again. There's another fantasy. I mean, you certainly have enough choices. This was one that I had gotten, I think, in May. Yeah. Amy Lynn, I think everybody's been reading her book. I don't know if it's that particular one. This one had come up. North Woods. That I think I read the synopsis for that one time. A crime fiction debut. That looks really interesting. Wow. They've got tons under here. Now, I can't swear that they gave me all of these as choices. I think they probably did, really, because it was quite a few. But anyway, yeah, there we are. So I think it's time for me to show you what I chose. Didn't look like there were so many when I just looked at this a bit ago. I don't know. Who knows? I think they do whatever they feel like doing. But anyway, let me turn you back around and we'll see what else is in the box. All right, so let's see what else we have here. Ready? Did you guess that it was a thriller? Because if so, right. Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Williamson. This one was the one that, in addition to being a debut author, was also a Book of the Year finalist. So, yeah. It's about a girl that went missing in a small Louisiana town. And then years later, one of the girls who was friends with them, gets back involved in the case when another girl goes missing. So it's, that kind of situation. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting thriller, I think. Flicker in the Dark. So that's the 2 books from Book of the Month. And what else do I need to tell you this evening? Let's see. I've already talked about what my next book's going to be. So today was MJ's boot camp for booktubers. And I attended that and I learned a lot there. And we have 3 more sessions to go. And I think it's really worth the time for anyone who has a Booktube channel and just wants to kind of take a look at, where they are and their reasons for even getting into Booktube in the first place and kind of setting some goals as to where they might want to go. So I'll put a link in the description. Also, Monday is a holiday. It is Veterans Day. And it is also my 1-year anniversary on Booktube. So we need to take a look as viewers and booktuber at, what's going on the channel and maybe think about if there's anything that I should change or if there's anything I should focus on a little more, focus on a little less, something you really like, something you really don't like. You can comment below and that will give us a chance then to talk about it on Monday. So, let me know your ideas. I'm interested to hear what you think. Also, on Monday, there will be not 1, but 2 special announcements. That's right. So, don't miss it. It's going to be exciting. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please take care of yourself. Be kind to others. Be kind to animals. And thank you for watching.